I'm John Stamos, and you're watching Hollywire.
Hey, Hollywire! We are here with John Stamos. John, congratulations on Big Shot Season 2!
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I feel, I got a lot to be thankful for. And that's what I do. I get up, I make a list of all the things I'm grateful for. And you're on it today, too. Hollywire, I'm grateful to be talking to you. But you have to be, right? I mean, it's about, I have a wonderful life, and I'm just grateful for it. So I'm good.
That was so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm going to start doing that every day myself. I love that. Well, I know the fans are grateful because the show is coming out, season 2, so soon. I feel like you can see just on social media how excited they are to see all of these characters again, to reconnect with the coach and see how he's doing. We know he's got a bit of a temper. Are we going to see that come out just as much this season?
No!
No!
Yeah, he's evolving, of course, but he steps back, 2 steps back. The show is I'm really proud of this season. It's got a lot of energy. It's a lot of the first episode, the school, which is an all-girls school, becomes co-ed. So now there's boys thrown into the mix. It is a good way to get stories out. Obviously, it's also a great way to illuminate the inequalities of men's sports versus women's sports, and we tap into that right away. And it's just fun. It's more fun, and it's a half hour shorter, and all 10 come out at the same time. And it's also, it gets deeper, and it gets very emotional, and there's a big event that happens halfway through, and everybody has to try to figure out, what's important in life.
Ooh, I love that tease. Okay, a big event halfway through. I feel like the show really touches on like some serious issues, but in kind of a lighthearted way, in a way that's still entertaining. You mentioned the inequalities and, men's and women's sports, but also just from the trailer for the season alone, it looks like the family relationships are going to get a little tough to navigate this time around too. Father-daughter relationships we're going to see come into play.
Yeah, I mean, he's always, that's my favorite, I think my favorite part of the show is the scenes and the relationship I have with my daughter, Emma, the girl who plays Sophia. She's one of my favorite actresses to work. She's so good. He didn't know about being a father. And what I love about this show, look, it's 98% diverse female, and in its DNA, it's a female forward, female empowerment show, and it should be on television. And what highlights that is a guy like Marvin who's he's not evolved. He's going and he wants to be evolved. He wants to live the way he should be right now. But he goes into it kicking and screaming. But you have a gaggle of women around him saying, no, don't say that, do this, like putting him in his place. And I think it's great to show that.
Obviously, you're a father in real life to a son who's very young, so it's not the exact same thing, but do you feel like that inspires how you play this role?
Yes, it affected me more playing this role. Marvin would always talk about, like in the first scene, the first episode of the first season, he gives them this impassioned, locker room speech, and it was maybe my favorite scene I've ever done. David Kelly wrote this long speech about doing your best, and can you look in the mirror at the end of the day and say, I did my very best today.
But at the end of the day, after every game, I could look in the mirror and I could say to myself that I did everything I could to try to win, that I tried my best.
And that's stuck with me, and it certainly sticks with me. At the end of the day, I was like, am I the best father I could be today? Have I been patient? Have I been unselfish? Have I sacrificed? Because it's the last episode of last season, we talk about what it means to be a parent. And he says, it finally comes upon that it's about sacrifice and giving up your own needs for the good of your child. And at the end of the day, you don't want a prize or a ring or a trophy or a banner. But what you do get is a better, smarter, more loving version of yourself out there in the world. So I take all that home every day.
That's amazing. If you could sum up the season in one word, what would it be?
Bitchin'.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you so much, you guys. This has been John Stamos, and you're watching Hollywire.